Stanford University, a bastion of academia and the alma mater of some of college football's most legendary figures, Elway, Luck, Sherman, and McCaffrey. And today, the Stanford Cardinal will try to live up to that legacy. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Sooners will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Stanford's offense will start this game off. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3. The 20-yard line. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Got him downfield. He's loose. 10. Touchdown, Stanford! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
So Oklahoma's offense will go to work for the first time today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. It's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They're getting this guy lathered up. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Sooners. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Brown wants to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in more DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice job by the running back. Listen, he got good yards. He didn't get the first down, but now he's in a situation where third down becomes something where it's not predictable. Now it's a situation where they can go out and have success.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on this.
The expressway is wide open. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
And that ball is picked off.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Brown will throw it. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They were trying to set up a screen. Instead, what they got was their quarterback putting paper and plastic and sack.
And how about the speed on defense with that rush, getting to the QB so quickly? You're not expecting to get...
And the ball is intercepted. Trying to take it back at the 20. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy.
Just steamrolling his way through. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Brown wants to pass. They're setting up the screen. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw it again. Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. From the gun, the ground game. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Cardinal! Some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the 1st half.
Trying to get to it. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. He makes the connection. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Never a doubt. And now they regain the lead.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Might as well give it to him again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. 2nd down coming up. They'll give it to the back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground for them so far, has his eyes set on that 1,400-yard mark. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wide receiver coming across in motion. At the 35, he's open. Got a lot of running room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown Sooner!
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off in style with a 47-yard touchdown run. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Brown will throw it. Makes the grab over the middle. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. They're going to throw it again. quick strike complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking to throw on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
On second down, he's looking downfield. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third down, going up top. Quickly out to the tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. He'll take another shot here. And it's caught inside the 15. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
Makes the grab on the left. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. The holder will put it down at midfield. A 60-yard attempt from the left side, no less. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juice. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Palo Alto. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that said, let's send it back to the guys on the farm.
kick it off to start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. The Sooners in the hurry up. The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but his defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's taking the shot. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Sooners! And once he got loose, it was all over. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Cal found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A perfect example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Berkeley. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Delivers to contact. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Another incomplete. Now, and this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. It's good.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He's got it again. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here's the give off the left side. At midfield, he's got room. Running toward the tape. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Yeah, and this is why he's leading the nation in rushing. Like, you give him the football, and he'll continue to make big plays. He's done it all throughout the season. This offense features him, and there is a reason why.
And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. They'll put the tight end in motion. They go to the ground. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Going to the running game. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
Brought down on the play at the 19-yard line. It's 3rd down.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
42. Stanford, 23.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Quarterback on the keeper. At the 45 on his way. They finally make the stop, but the big run is ready to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Brown wants to pass. Using the quick game. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Off play action. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Blackburn. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Brown will throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Got it behind the line. It's Averill. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Wow, what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. The aerial assault continues. He got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Looking to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cardinal.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Running back searching for a hole. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some first downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David?
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooner. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point...
Oh, what a grab by the defense! Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
A first down for the offense. Movement here from the tight end. Leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
He's marked down at the 16-yard line. Brings up second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Sooners will hustle to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Gotta look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The Sooners are in the red zone. He wants to throw here on second down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Mitchell. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. He'll come out throwing on first down. Getting some heat. Makes the grab. It's Mitchell. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position.